I love this next question. I think you'll give great insight into it. Is there a difference today in our leaders than in past generations, from your viewpoint?
If I ask that, or if I answer that generationally,
Right.
there are, because we got different backgrounds.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily to say that there's a big difference in a more negative connotation.
Fair.
It's just that leaders today have a different upbringing and culture difference, and so there's some differences, but basically everybody has to have those values, those principles, and then they got to have a heart for people, and then they got to be focused on the mission.
Now, this next question is rather lighthearted, Major General. If you were granted 2 weeks right today, and I know you're retired, go anywhere you want, who would you take? Where would you go? What would you do?
You know what? I dream of someday going on vacation in Baghdad or Kabul.
Really?
Oh, listen.
That's an interesting answer.
Once you see the children, and once you see the plight of the females, and then you look into, regardless of all the news reports that you may have listened to,
Sure.
You know, once you look into the eyes of those that really say, hey, the Americans are here. And I'm not trying to be get everybody emotionally pitched on a high here, but let me tell you, hope and opportunity, and you can see that in the eyes of the children and those that have been oppressed. And make no mistake about it, in the Middle East, people, lots of people, the masses, have been oppressed.
Okay.
So it's my hope one day that I can fly to Kuwait, go over to Qatar, and then go on into Baghdad, and there'll be a big resort there somewhere around the Tigris. Go down and look at Babylon, the ruins of Babylon, see the oldest church in the world there. It's just amazing, the historical significance there. It's all in the Bible. You know, the home of Abraham's there. I walked all through the home of Abraham, where the archaeology is done through, it stopped prior to World War II. And you see his community, the foundation of all the buildings within his community there. So go to Kabul, so poor, no resources in Afghanistan, but the children are wonderful. Contrary to Vietnam, you get a lot of children in both Iraq and Afghanistan, especially Afghanistan, that gather around a high-ranking officer or some American soldier. They don't want candy from you. They'll ask you for water.
Wow.
So all of those things moved me and had a significant influence on how I think today.